they have an event coming up. It's the hip hop concert for Uganda. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now, this event is going to be on February 22nd at Upendo Baptist Church, 916 North Jupiter Road in Garland, and it's going to be from 7. Doors open up at 7. It starts at 7:30. The suggested donations will be $7. Tell us about your event that you have coming up.
Okay, this event is a concert, and it's to benefit specifically a Ugandan family of 4 children. It goes towards their education. I've been to Uganda several times, and on my trips, one of the biggest things that I found was that education was a really high priority, and it's one of their hardest things that they have to provide for their families. So over time, I've just kind of developed Music in Action and decided to go ahead and do this concert. This is one of our first big concerts for Music in Action. It's supporting a Ugandan family, 4 children.
Yeah, that's really nice. What made you decide to put on an event like this? Is this your first event, or is this something that you do regularly?
We started up Music in Action just kind of as an idea, something I held in my heart since about September of 2011. So starting then, we did a couple of small events. We did it through my church in Minneapolis. I've been in Minneapolis for a few years. I'm new to Dallas, born and bred, but, but I went up there for school. So I did 1 or 2 events in the cities. They went good. We actually were able to raise funds for a college student that I met there. So he is now in school and doing well. This is our biggest event that we have coming up so far.
The money that's being raised is going to be for a family in Uganda. Can you tell me a little bit about the family and why you chose this particular family to help?
The dream for this organization is a lot bigger than what we have right now because we're starting out. But I've built up relationships in Uganda for my trips going, and this family in particular is really special to me. This family on my first trip there hosted me. I had a 3-week stay in the village, in a rural village in Uganda, and this family was hospitable. They provided as much as they could for me. I just went there. It was a research project, so just to study, living the life with them, learning their culture, their language. This particular family, Anna, she's the mom. I call her Mai. That's the Ugandan word for mother. So this is her and her kids. And since then, I've made 2 trips. We've become like brother and sister. They call me sister. And so they're really special to me, but just like a lot of the other families there, they struggle every day with famine and not enough food, and especially not enough monies. And this in particular, they're getting to a place where they're in higher level education, and it's a lot more expensive, and it's a lot harder for the family to provide. The dad, Papa Michael, he goes out and he tries to find work, but it's just very difficult.
What are the living conditions over there? I mean, what is the difference between being poor in America and being poor in Uganda?
I feel like it's more severe as far as the poor scale. I mean, in both cultures, poor is poor, and it's hard. There, it's a little bit different because they don't have the amenities of like bathrooms, running water, electricity. So when you're in the village, you provide only for your family by what you grow on your land. You don't have electricity, you don't have water. You have to walk 3/4 of a mile with a 5-gallon jug of water to bring from the well. So, just basic things. And when it rains too much or doesn't rain enough, you have no food. There's no way for them to really store food. In a lot of the rural places, a lot of them are undeveloped. They haven't gone through community development from non-government organizations and stuff. It's a lot different, and it's very severe.
I'm speaking with Amanda Alexander. They have an event coming up. It's Hip Hop Concert for Uganda. It's February 22nd at Upendo Baptist Church, 916 North Jupiter Road in Garland. We would like to invite everyone to come out and participate in this event to help raise money for the Wanda family in Uganda. What you're doing is very motivational, and speaking with some people may think that why raise money for people in other countries when people in America are suffering? What are your thoughts to a mindset like that?
I've actually thought about that a lot. And with Music in Action, this is an organization that we started I'm a musician, my family, my brother, and I'm really active in the music community, in the artist community. And the point of Music in Action, it tells you in our mission and vision statement, is that the mission of Music in Action is to reach out to our global community. So that's not just overseas, but it's also here in the United States, just to bring artists together who hope to make a positive impact on their communities. It's kind of for artists artists who have that thought and that mindset and that heart to come together and give them a platform so that they can inspire change in the hearts of other people. Musicians have a lot of influence.
Yes, they do.
So, and as well as artists and other creative dance, poetry, stuff like that. So I feel like whenever these artists come together and they put out there what their heart is and what they hope to bring to the world, we see a lot of dark days here, I think. And it's so nice to find people who want to bring some light into things. And if we can pass that on to the general population, the general public, that's the hope. So as far as, you know, touching people here, touching people there, I feel like it's a calling that people have. Some people are really called to touch this community and to reach out to this community, and some people have a heart for other places. And that's kind of where I land. You know, I love my community, and I would do anything to help the people around me, and I volunteer around the area. But for some reason, since, you know, I feel like Africa chose me.
Right.
And since I was a little girl, I loved the people, I loved the place, I researched, I watched videos, I watched movies. So that's kind of in my heart. So that's our starting place. But I love and appreciate so many organizations that work both places.
Pretty much you're inclusive. You want to help everybody.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you live. You just want to help everybody.
Yep.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about your event. What's going to happen at the event? If someone decided they wanted to come, what should they expect?
Some really high energy musicians. It's all hip hop, local Dallas local artists. They're up and coming. Our headliner, Moses Uver, we have seen him. He's been on local news stations. He just finished a CBS interview. Actually, we finished one together just a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's a big time for him. He's moving up and really making a name for himself. And then I've got my brother here, Xander, who also has started his music career. He just released his first album this past weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so
since it's a hip-hop concert for Uganda, and it is at a church, right?
Yes.
The type of hip-hop that's going to be performed is positive-based.
It is. Like I was telling you, you know, Music in Action, we invite artists of all regards, but the biggest thing that we want is we want them all to have a heart to promote a positive message. We want to give youth and young adults and the general public a hope. So it's all a positive message. There will be one rapper who he is specifically labeled himself a Christian artist, but Xander and Moses, they're rappers with a positive message.
Is that right, Xander?
That is correct.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am 23 years old. I was born and raised in Dallas, and I am a rap fanatic.
What made you decide to get into positive hip-hop rap?
I think the main thing is I have 2 small children, and they are like sponges. And I used to not do positive rap. I used to just everyday rap, you know. And as soon as they started talking, I was like,
emulating you?
Yes. I was like, this is not good. I am a Christian, but I'm not specifically a Christian rapper. But whenever I'm talking or whenever I'm singing, I want them to be able to sing along. I don't remember what interview I heard, but I heard an interview for a rapper, and they were like, so do you let your children listen to your music? And he was like, no, I don't let my kids listen to my music. And I'm like, why would you put something out there that you wouldn't want your kids to listen to? You know, those are your biggest fans. So, you know, it's mainly to give people a safe alternative. People hear positive message rap, and they get it confused for lame rap, and that's not it at all. There's so many people out there that rap as Christians, and then there's people who rap as Christian rappers. So there's just a big difference there, and just because it's a motivational or positive message rap doesn't make it not good.
I agree. So you are going to be at this event that's on February 22nd at Upendo Baptist Church?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you going to be? You going to perform?
Yes, I'm performing 6 of my songs from my first album that I just released on iTunes and Google Play and several other stores on the internet. So I'm really excited.
If you don't mind, could you give us a little sample?
Give you a little sample.
Just
I can
a little
do that.
bit.
All right. I tried to write the song 1,000 times before, but I couldn't let it out because the words were poor. Not that my vocab's any richer, but I had to give myself some time to see the bigger picture. I know those moments you wish Kodak wouldn't catch, when you figure out all your mistakes and all your regrets, and I couldn't see them any clearer. Tried staring down my problems, caught myself in the mirror like, nah, but denial is the first step. I guess I had to be stripped down till there was nothing left. Let go of anything that tied me to my past and say goodbye to some things that I thought were built to last. Nah, but it didn't make it through the storm. The house crashed and burned before I could make it at home, and all of a sudden there I was going it alone, trying to figure out how I was ever gonna get along.
All right. That's deep too.
And that's from one of my songs called Moving On. It's the first one on my album.
Oh, okay. So that was Xander. He is a positive hip-hop artist that will be performing February 22nd at Upendo Baptist Church, 916 North Jupiter Road in Garland, Texas. Doors open at 7, but it starts at 7:30. And they're raising money for a family in Uganda, so they would love for you to come out. The suggested donations are $7. What's the age limit? Is there for people to come out?
There's not an age limit. We're welcoming everyone, and there will also be a special performance by some singers from the Upendo Church.
Oh.
So we'll have some songs in Luganda, which is the language in Uganda, and then also they're Kenyan. So they're just doing me a special favor by learning a Uganda song, and then they're going to perform a couple of Kenyan songs.
Oh, that sounds neat.
Yeah, everybody is welcome.
Are you still looking for any additional performers for this event?
We are not looking for additional performers for this event. However, Music in Action is actively searching for any artist who would be willing to perform a show in the future.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Xander, and thank you, Amanda Alexander, for coming in. We want you guys to come on out again February 22nd, Upendo Baptist Church, 916 North Jupiter Road in Garland, and doors open up at 7:30. The show starts, so get there on time. The suggested donation is $7. Now, if someone wanted to reach out to you and find out more about your organization and what you do, how can you be reached?
We have email, and it's difficult, so I'll give you the Facebook page.
Okay.
You can find us at facebook.com, Artists for Change 2013, and that's artists with an S.
And what about you, Xander?
Me, you can find me at Xander Music with a Z, MUZIC on Facebook. I have Twitter at Xander Music. I also have a Reverb Nation page. My Xander Music is facebook.com/ALA89.
All right. Well, thank you again, and I hope your event goes wonderful.
It's the Mrs. Carter Show, starring Beyonce.